It's February 19th, 2021, Friday, and it's almost 1 a.m. And after he came in from a backyard outside of Buddy, and then he checked out where Mom slept for her first last night on the floor, which was real cute. He went over and you want to tell this part of the story? Yogi, you want to tell this part of the story? Oh, sugars? He went over and checked everything out, and then he took his little paws. He did a little bit of digging, and then he rolled up, and he laid down right where I think the warmest spot was. Is that what you did? And then I went into the kitchen to get some water, and when I came back, there you were. My goodness. And I've got the the washing machine going, and he doesn't mind the noise as long as everything's quiet and someone's letting him know. Now, this is going to be I gotta use my words very wisely, or as best I can. Let's just say this is for a couple of people I'm related to, and it's not to my husband. For those people who don't see what's going on when Balto and Yogi are together, how do I put this? I'm still waking up. The times, and there's been times I'm just not able to put them on video, and I'm not about to. If I could, I would. But last night, there was no way I could put that on video. And Dad is 100% correct. He was correct when we said we needed to take it slow. And we need to continue taking it slower. And I am very, very proud of you, honey. You were correct when the first incident happened. And I'm going to try my best to explain it. Because that was, well, we're getting on 2 weeks back. But it made his heart rush. And he became not Yogi's, not Balto's. It made my husband's heart and him have anxiety and stress from what happened. That was the first time, and that was about 2 weeks, almost, not quite 2 weeks back. That was on the 8th or the 9th. And I told him to stay calm and just take it easy. Well, I stayed calm, I took it easy, and there's been a few other incidences since. And it's not this little baby's fault here. It's not his. And it's not Balto's either. Each has their own area. Each has their own, what do you call it? Their own qualities, their own personalities, their own individualities. And right now, this little guy is just 14 months old, and he's been loved. His parents that we adopted him from have loved him, and it's very apparent that he's been treated well, that he has not been abused or hurt in any fashion. He's full of love, but he is protective over his kennel. He was protective over water, and he still has his moments. Food, even if he's not hungry. Food. And there's certain areas, toys. He's protective over the toys. And it may look very good in some of the other videos. Really, really good. But as I said, I cannot video when these things have happened. And last night, a big one happened. And right now, Balto is upstairs sleeping with Daddy. And the reason being is because I thought it'd be okay for Yogi to be loose, walking in the house. But as the two passed each other in the hallway, Yogi went at Balto. And it was something if I could put on video, I would have. And because they were in the hallway, Balto didn't stand a chance. And this guy, Yogi, it's not that he is out to be mean or whatever. It's just something triggered him there in the hallway. Right there. And the reason why there's the Dexter towel out is because the kneader feeder flew up, water went everywhere, and it was quite an incident. Balto is okay. Very shooken up. This guy, he doesn't know what he did. He's been either sleeping with someone next to him or whatnot, someone downstairs with him, or up on brother's bed, or up on mom and dad's bed. And there's no reason why he should be left alone. So that's why I opted to go ahead and sleep close to him on the floor. And I've had 4 hours sleep, but I'm starting to feel rejuvenated here because he's a little angel. I got my coat on because I went out back with him. So, whatever you see. But his teeth are very sharp. And no, he does not bite into my hand, nor has he bitten into my hand, nor has Balto in the 3 years, 2018, I gotta do it on my fingers. The 3 years he's come with us, he's lived with us. Came to live with us March 2018. And as I keep saying to Daddy, if it were Cody that we had for a longer period of time, and well, before he got towards the end where he was having difficulty there, especially that last evening when it just came on horribly. But if he was still, if it was Cody, and even if Cody didn't outweigh Yogi, Cody had been out in the wild, because whoever owned him didn't do right by Cody. So Cody was always escaping, and he must have learned some fighting skills out there in the street. And if it were Cody up against Yogi, it doesn't matter if Yogi weighs more or his teeth are sharp. Cody would have taken him down, and that would have been the end of it. This little guy, 14 months old. He could be dead, or he could be horribly injured. Balto doesn't have the strength to do that, and Balto doesn't have the instinct to do that, but he will learn if he must. And we don't want him to learn. And we want this guy to learn and continue to show the love that he has. That's why we're going to start following a lot of things differently around here. Because this guy has come to live with us. I love him. I love Balto. I love the both of them, and they can get along. And if you can't follow my rules and Daddy's rules, Dad's rules, then don't visit. Because until things have acclimated here, and it could take a whole month, it might take 2 months. But right now he's used to Daddy, brother, Mom, and I bet he would remember for sure his other mom and dad. They were very good people. He would remember them. But Yogi is possessive over me. He is becoming possessive over Ricky. He is possessive over Daddy. He's possessive over the three of us. Balto is too. And they're both feeling jealous. What set last night's attack off? I can only think maybe Yogi thought there was food over there in the food dish, and there was not. I can only imagine he can't tell me. But here is why it has to go this way. I love Yogi. I love Balto. And I love Daddy. And I love my children too, my human children too, very much. But you never, either of you, grew up with a dog from child, from a baby. It wasn't until you were older that Cody came to us when we lived in this house. So, if you want to look at me as being a 65-year-old stupid person who doesn't know and hasn't seen things, you can keep right on doing that. Now I'm going to get a little upset because I'm not going to put up with it. I love my kids, my human children, very much. with all my heart. And I love my furry adopted children with all my heart. But there's things that I know I've seen in my lifetime that you haven't seen. You haven't experienced. So I think that's about enough said on that. And I doubt anybody will listen to this, and I'm really sorry to my children. I can't apologize for not being able to, while I raised you, to have brought a dog into the house too. You were only 21 months apart. And he's going to clean himself. And we didn't live in a house at the time. We lived in a townhouse. And your father went to work every day. Worked sometimes 6 days a week. Well, in fact, a lot of times he did work 6 days a week. Sometimes it was 7 days a week. And back then, we didn't go to church. And I didn't have any family up north to come and sit with you, either of you, to go shopping. So I had to pick and choose my times when I could. But anyhow, I'm just real sorry if I didn't privilege you both with a dog from the moment you were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. I am real sorry on that. Your dad and I have done the best we can do. And moving to this house after the townhouse we lived in, this is when we said, okay, let's get you some guinea pigs. Who took care of the guinea pigs, guys? Did you take care of the guinea pigs? Oh, no. Did the guinea pig... Oh, you might say, yes, I did. But who took care of the guinea pigs like 90% of the time? Think about it. What was the idea of us taking the guinea pigs and we were going to get rid of them? Adopt them out. Because, well, you guys didn't play with them once in a while. The idea was we're going to get a dog. Now, who walked Cody? Who fed Cody? Who helped brush him? Think about those things. Who was there the evening? Let's just say this one. Who was there in the summer of 2017 when Cody wasn't feeling well, real bad? And I tried to explain to a certain young lady when she video called me, or however that is, from the United Kingdom. And I was really worried at that point, that summer, that Cody wasn't going to make it, but he pulled through. I stayed right by his side, just like I stayed right by each one of your sides when you weren't feeling well. The one of you who had your tonsils out, you don't know how I stayed right by your side. When you had your gallbladder out, I was there. Would have stayed there for anything through all the sickness of feeling before that. Before they even knew that it was your gallbladder, I was right there. That's what a mom does, and that's what I'll do. And I'm still here for both of you, and I'm here for Yogi, and I'm here for Balto.